What's going on, guys? JPP2 here. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And for today's gameplay, we have an Adventures Pranks versus a Sword Soul matchup with me as the prankster going first. Now, as you guys know, if you guys have watched any of my streams ever, I am extremely unlucky with my coin tosses, okay? And in those rare occasions where I do win my coin toss, I usually end up breaking on a bunch of hand traps or fusion spells or some adventure card, okay? That's exactly what has happened this game. As you guys are seeing, my hand is completely breaked out. I cannot even do anything. So the best thing I can do is that hope that the Ash Blossom plus Callby and Cosmic allow me to push past my opponent's turn and maybe, hopefully, draw into a combo starter card on my next turn. Now, my opponent shows me he is playing Sword Soul. Usually, the Emergence is a good target for the Ash Blossom, but usually Sword Soul players, they throw out the Emergence as an Ash Blossom bait anyways. And I was thinking that if he had a full combo in his hand, like I'll probably end up losing regardless, but let's Ash Blossom this. Let's assume that this guy is as bricked as me, his luck in drawing is as bad as me, and this single Ash Blossom maybe will allow me to push past his board, right? So we Ash Blossom the Emergence. It goes through, he did not have any negations towards the Ash Blossom, or if he had it, he chose not to use them, right? So it goes through, then he activates Stamina from his hand, specials out the Stamina, and then normals out Ash Blossom. Now this right here, okay, this play right here shows me that he is as much bricked as me, and that Sword Soul Emergence was the single combo starter card for himself. But Sword Soul players, mind you, are not bricked in a conventional way as I was, because as you guys just saw the combo, he could still go into a Synchro 7. And since we do control cards on our side, he could use Yazi to pop one of my cards and then get the full combo off from the Yazi itself. So if he had another worm type card, or he could have gone into Taya as well, so that would have been full Sword Soul combo for him, and I would probably have died this turn. But now again, for Yazi to activate, it has to pop itself and a card on the field. It has to go to the graveyard to activate. And we do have a Call by the Grave setup on the field, right? So it's a 50-50. Yazi targeting one of the Call by is a 50-50 for the opponent. Now here's a little trick, I don't know if you guys know about this, but almost every single player in Master Duel will usually, for a pop, if you have multiple back row sets, will target the card in the middle column. They will always target the card set in the middle. I don't know if it's a Duel Links habit or whatever, but they always assume that the most important card will be set in the middle column. So you want to set your less important cards in the middle column and more important cards fanned out on the other side. So that way, if the opponent is a guy that targets the middle column every single time, you can have your more useless cards getting popped over your more useful cards, excuse me. So with that, he activates Yazi, and of course, he does go for the pop in the middle. As I told you guys, I have played Master Duel a bunch of games in Master Duel, and usually, even myself included, if I was to be given an option for the back row pop, I would usually choose the card in the middle. So with that, our Call by the Grave gets secured on the field, and now once he tries to activate Yazi to go into full combo off of it, we could Call by the Grave the Yazi, so that way no Taya comes on the field anymore. So that card goes away. With that, my opponent has already committed his normal summon to the play. He has no more 10 Ys in his hand, so he sets down a card, passes a turn over to me. With that draw phase, I was praying, okay, I was praying for a Prank Kids combo starter card. Did not draw into it, drew into my Griffin. So, of course, we still put the Griffin on the field. My opponent was bricked on pretty much hand traps, I assume, and a anti-spell fragrance as well. So I still put the Griffin on the field. It's a 2k whack on the opponent. Yes, he's going to draw a card, but like that Maxi is just trading Maxi for another card for him right now because we have no other monsters we can special on the field. So with that, since I want to use my Draco back and my Instant Fusion on my follow-up turns, I'm going to set both of these cards down and go into battle phase, whack for 2k, and then we're going to end our turn. With that, the opponent goes into draw phase, draws a card, does not draw into any combo starter. So I'm getting pretty lucky so far because a single Moye with a 10E card in his hand, or Sorcerer card in his hand is full combo, Taya is full combo. So it will be it will be game ending thing if you drew into a combo starter card right there. My turn, turn 5, finally draw into a Prankets combo starter card. Okay, so now I'm thinking, if he is bricked out, so he drew 2 cards, right? Maxi drew him one, and in his draw phase, he drew another one. So if he's bricked out, then he's pretty much, if he's playing Sword Soul, he's pretty much bricked out on hand traps, is what I'm gonna assume. Like, straight away, you have to assume that. So I'm thinking, if he has Ash Blossom, if he ashes my first graveyard activation, I cannot do much. Yes, I can use Instant Fusion, go into my Weather Washer, into Doodly Doo, search for a Pranks or a Panday to go into Weather Washer on the opponent's turn, but him getting a single combo starter card would just kill my entire combo because the Bajia bounce would just kill my board. So I normal out my Dropsies and go up into Meowmoo. I'm going to activate my graveyard, hoping, praying for no Ash Blossom over here, okay? And he did not have Ash, but he drew into another Maxi. Now, when I was playing the game, I asked my chat for their opinion, okay? I asked my chat, do I take the Maxi challenge? Because think about this. Logically speaking, this guy is at 6,000 life points, right? I could easily kill this guy this turn because I have Instant Fusion on the field. Instant Fusion will be my combo extension, easily kill the guy this turn. But the problem was, the Sword Soul player nowadays, and this guy specifically, I believe he ran 2 copies of Nib, and he was running a bunch of hand traps. He had Gamma, he had Ash Blossom, he had Maxi, he can't use Imperm, but he did run Veiler, so he had a bunch of hand traps that this guy ran. And again, since this guy is pretty bricked out, we know for a fact that he has a bunch of hand traps in his hand. So I am, for the most part, worried about a Nib play, because my Doodle-Doo will be my 4th special, so I normaled out Dropsies, that's 1, Meowmoo 2nd. If I activate Dropsies and put a monster on the field, that's 3, and Doodly-Doo will be my 4th. If I activate the Instant Fusion, Rocket Ride will become my 5th. I can pull out 2 cards, and if I go into my Doodly-Doo, so I will have to do 7 summons in total to kill this guy, right? 7 summons in total, so I'm going to be way over the Nib criteria. So that's the point I was worried about. My chat told me, go for it. Take the gamble, let's see if you win. I'm like, you know what? Alright, let's go, guys. So I ended up taking the Maxi challenge right here. Go into Lamseys. The reason for going into Lamseys first is because I want to get the burn in first. The priority is to lower the opponent's life points to as low as possible. So Lamseys burn 500 does help a lot. We're going to activate a burn him for 5, chain block with Doodly-Doo. And my whole play over here was I am not going to get the special from Lamseys, because the special from Lamseys would have been my 5th, but then I thought about this. If I special it on the field and he nibs me, I could just use Instant Fusion and play around the whole thing, right? I won't be able to kill him, but I can play around the whole thing. So that's what I was going for. And with this, he Veilers my Doodly-Doo. So I told you guys he was running a bunch of hand traps. Veilers my Doodly-Doo. We don't care much for it. We're going for the OTK this turn anyways. Lamseys burns for 5. And I don't know what he thought, but he scooped right here. He thought that maybe I had a way to lethal him, which I of course did. I don't know if he came into my stream and saw what cards I had face down, but he chose to scoop right there. That's going to be it for today's gameplay, guys. If you guys do enjoy these kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads. And if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBduel signing off for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video, guys. Peace!